Life doesn't always warn you before it changes. One day, you're stable. The next, everything you built disappears. This is the story of a man who lost his job, lost time, lost confidence, but never completely lost hope. The moment came on an ordinary Tuesday morning. He woke up early, ironed his shirt, and kissed his wife goodbye like he always did. Nothing felt unusual. Nothing warned him that his life was about to split into before and after. At work, he was called into a small room, handed a piece of paper, and thanked for his service. That was it. Years of loyalty, late nights, missed family moments, all reduced to a single paragraph. As he walked out of the building, the sun still shone, cars still passed, people still laughed, but something inside him felt hollow. For the first time in a long while, he didn't know where he belonged. At first, fear didn't come. Hope did. He told himself it was temporary, a short break, a redirection. Something better was around the corner. Every morning, he woke up early, sometimes earlier than when he had a job. He dressed neatly, sat at his small desk, opened his laptop and searched. Job boards, emails, applications. He sent out dozens, then hundreds. He adjusted his resume so many times he could rewrite it from memory. He practiced interview answers in front of the mirror, smiling even when his reflection looked tired. Rejections came politely at first. "We regret to inform you, we've decided to move forward with other candidates." Later, the rejections stopped coming altogether. Silence replaced them. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and still he kept going. By the end of the first year, things began to change. Not his situation, but the people around him. Friends who once called often began to call less. Some avoided the topic entirely. Others offered help that never materialized. "How's everything?" "Oh, we thank God." People don't always abandon you loudly. Sometimes they drift quietly, leaving you alone in a crowd. He learned that when you're winning, everyone wants to be around you. When you're waiting, you often wait alone. The second year was harder. Savings began to shrink. Bills didn't care about optimism. Responsibilities didn't pause for hope. Some nights, he lay awake staring at the ceiling, replaying interviews in his head, wondering what he said wrong, or if he was the problem. He questioned his worth. He questioned his purpose. He questioned God. But even then, he didn't quit. There were days he cried in silence. Days he sat in the dark longer than necessary. Days he felt embarrassed by his own reflection. Yet somehow, every morning, he found the strength to try again. Not because he felt strong, but because giving up felt worse. By the third year, hope didn't look like excitement anymore. It looked like discipline. He started learning new skills online. Free courses, late nights, notes scribbled in worn notebooks. No one applauded him. No one noticed the effort. But something was changing quietly inside him. He wasn't just waiting for an opportunity anymore. He was becoming ready for one. Then came a day that looked like every other day. No sign, no expectation. His phone rang, an unfamiliar number. He almost ignored it. But he answered. On the other end was a calm voice from a company he barely remembered applying. 2 years ago, they had reviewed his profile again. Something stood out. They wanted to talk. The interview felt different this time. He wasn't begging. He wasn't trying to impress. He spoke honestly about his journey, his growth, his patience. He wasn't ashamed of waiting anymore. Weeks later, the email came, an offer. He read it twice, then a third time. He didn't shout. He didn't run. He didn't post it online. He sat quietly, closed his eyes, and breathed. Later, he understood something deeply important. The years when no one helped him were not wasted years. They were building years. The silence was training him. The delay was preparing him. The loneliness was shaping him. And when the breakthrough finally arrived, he was ready to hold it not with fear, but with gratitude. If you're still waiting, still applying, still hoping, your delay is not your denial. Your silence is not your rejection. And your struggle does not mean you are forgotten. Keep going, keep preparing, keep believing. Hope has a way of showing up right on time.